everybody, welcome to this reading. In this reading, I'm going to provide you with I don't think they'll let them. I'm so sorry about the noise. This is going to be for December the 14th to the 24th of 2024. This reading is provided by how it is in one way or another, and this is how it seems to be. Knowing that this is just how it goes, I know that how it is in one way or another, and it's very interesting of how it seems to be. Basically, how it is the way it goes, it's the way of how things are, and what you understand. So, the point being is that in this module situation, in this reading, I know that everyone will enjoy it because I know that this is the way it goes, this is the way it happens, and you have to pay attention to it. You know? The ratings will make sense as it goes along, and you need to pay attention to what I'm trying to say. It's the way of how it goes, it's the way of how you can do it, it's the way of how you can understand that. It's very interesting of how it is. You know, you have to be majestic of how things are. You have to promote on what you're looking for. It's the way of how it goes, it's the way it happens, and the way how it seems to be. Right? So this is the way it goes. But, you know, it's the way it happens, and you have to pay attention to it, and this is the way it kind of goes. So in this situation, I know that this is going to be how it is, and you have to understand the way it happens, and this is the way it goes in that perspective way. So I hope you all like this video. Please give it a like, please comment and enjoy this. This is how it is. So reading is empathy. I'm open to see both sides of the situation. That's what it seems to be. Because you need to have that in your own life. It's the way it kind of happens. You have to see both sides of the situation. That's what you can do, but you have to elevate it, and that's how it is. Okay. So that's what it is. Like read between the lines. So you have to look at that. It is, and this is how it is. So there you go. So in this reading, you have the Hermit that's reversed because there's no solitude. But in the way of how it is, you have to believe it, you have to achieve it in ways that you can consider your options. It's the way of how it goes, whether you might have a soulmate or you don't. But the weather seems to be very interesting on how it goes, and you have to do what you can and say, well, I got this, I know what to do. And then you think that and saying, well, this is the way it goes, this is the truth, this is how extraordinary it is, right? So you have to think back and say, well, I got this, I know what to do, I'm in control. It's like, yeah, you're in control, but what's the use? Right? What's the use of saying how it is? So what's in there? So the 9 cups reversed, 4 cups reversed, or the 5 cups reversed. But the strength card reversed, yeah, see, there's no strength. There's no, there's no grace, there's no romance, there's nothing, right? This is the way of how you can try to be not grossed out, but in the way of how it goes, you have to think to yourself, and say, well, I got this, I know what to do. This is the way it happens, this is the way of how you can understand how you have to go with the flow, this is the way it kind of happens. So say, what's in the world is reversed, followed by 9 coins upright, followed by the 4 coins is reversed. So it means that something that was in completion, 9 coins is upright because you're looking for a million anticipation. The 4 coins reversed because you don't know what to do with it. It's like, that's the way it kind of happens, but you have to create your own steps, your own emotions, your own priorities, and say, well, I got this, I know what to do. This is like a life support, lesson. But you have to acknowledge that. You have to, believe on how things are. You have to do what you can, So let's say what's in the middle here. Now you want to reverse, good fortune's upright, and the world's upright. Yeah, see, you have good luck on your side, but then you have basically completion. Everything is all completed. If you look at it, you have to look at that way, right? And say, well, I got this, I know what to do, right? So the thing about it is the way of how it goes, because you have to pay attention to it. You have to know exactly what you're going to do. You have to pay attention to what it is.
If you buy some cookies, I'll come up. We'll have cookies, eh?
Just reverse.
Yeah.
Just want to reverse the number silence.
What kind of cookies? I like coconut.
Share on something.
Okay?
Right? That's how it is. That's what I'm saying. 6 months. The Emperor's upright because you want structure.
Oh, is that right? Yeah,
Oh, yeah, pretty sure. There's no program.
Pretty sure.
But then you have the wants is upright now because you're dealing with real Aries and Aquarius and one another. This is like almost like a stepping stone where you need to pay attention to it. And you have to know how you can do it. It's like maybe it could be a conjunction of how things are, maybe things that need to be, reproduced or replenished or something like that. I don't know if that's word. But you know what I mean. But you have to understand how it is one way or another, and you have to think to yourself, it's like, well, I got this, I know what to do. And if you decide about that, you have to look at that on how it is, right? You have to believe about how things are, and then you look at it, well, I got this, I know what to do. Good. Right? So, let's see what's in there.
The system.
Before let's have a customer, there's no grief here. When you have no grief, it's like, this is the way it goes. This is the way it kind of happens, right? This is like how it is, right? This is like a two-stepping step, right? You have to follow guidance. You have to follow my lead. This is the way it goes, right? It's the way it happens. It's the majority of how it goes, right? This is the way of how you can believe it, right? So you think so and say, well, this is the way it goes. Let's talk with that. Grace is reversed.
All these other doctors couldn't see.
And the current reveals that because there's no solitude, there's no transformation, there's no high priesthood, like there's no high guidance in
No,
the voice.
he was honest. He
There
said
it
they were
is.
idiots. He said, I
There's
apologize.
no angels here, but flows upright because there's change.
What is that, Tony? Tony, throw that away.
When everything changes, it's the way it goes.
Oh, you're a
Pay
bad bugger,
attention
Tony.
to how it goes. You have to know what you can do. Have that. Have the seal of
You're
of
bad,
control
Tony.
of how things are.
You got no clothes on.
Right?
Got jacket. I had a jacket.
Do
He
what
takes
you
it
can.
off.
But you need to think about how it is.
He used to do that on the
Because you have to do what you
He
can.
used to do that kid on the
And
tractor.
how it is. Right? This is
Oh,
what it seems to be.
I don't need a jacket. And then a week later, he'd have a sore throat. And he'd be like, oh, I got a sore throat. I'm sitting on. I go, tell him to put a bloody jacket on.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
You have to say the questions
Mind
about
you,
because you're going to be stuck in a place.
This is warm.
Yeah, because you think that everything's all fine, but it's ridiculous to say that. So you have to prove yourself and say, well, I got this, I know what to do, right? It's the way of how you can see it.
No.
Let's also back partly. The fortune's upright. Amen is upright. Love is upright. Because you want to have decisions, you want restrictions, you want good luck on your side. Things will happen in a second. And that's all I can do, right? This is the way it happens. This is like how you can do it. And say, well, it's not this. But that's just what goes along, This is the way it happens. This is the way of how you can do it, and do what you can and say, well, I got this, I know what to do, right? Because when you think about it, you think about, how it is, right?
Oh, it's no good. It's no good.
So let's see.
Well,
See, the Ace of Cups reversed, there's no satisfaction, you're not being satisfied.
my wife's
Knight of Swords reversed, there's no drama. There's upright, there's stability. Judge is upright, is going to take action. Yeah, see, this is the way it goes. What's in there? everybody wants to start right now. There's charisma. There's no conclusion. They want to reverse, there's no speed. Ace of Swords is upright because there's an understanding. Yeah, see, this is the way it kind of goes where you have to put that in perspective and say, well, I got this, I know what to do, right? So I think that it's like that's how it goes. Right? So whenever you see it, you leave it out. Okay, well, you have to look at this plan, right? So you have to look at both sides of the situation. It's the way it goes, right? So, this is the way of how it happens, is you think to yourself and say, well, I got this, but then what's the use? Like, what's the way it goes where you have action and charisma, understanding, this is the way it goes, right? So, in ways, priorities to set that in stride of the situation, right? You have to look at it and say, well, I got this, I know what to do, and say, all right, well, this is the way it happens. If majority is the way it goes. So when this happens, you will understand when it goes along, when it comes around in that position of how it is, right? This is the way it happens. Is because you look at this way and say, well, this is the way it goes. Right? Because you're stuck in the past and you don't want to do that, but you keep doing it. Right? So you have to look at the present and the future, not the past. Right? So you have to understand it. It's the way it happens. Right? You have to think to yourself and say, well, this is the way it happens. Right?
Depends on who wants to buy it.
I say, so we have a deer that represents be kind to yourself and others. Taurus upright is take your time. Horse is trust your feelings. That's what it seems to be. Just the way it goes.
Well, I bought 20 in a week.
Yeah.
Well, I bought 20.
So, this is the way it
One
goes.
week I bought 40
Let's see
here in
what's
Abbotsford. Last week 18. You're still buying.
love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. That's how it is where you're looking for love, but you have to do what you can to take your time and, be kind to yourself and others and trust your feelings. You've got this, you know what to do. Right? So you have to do exactly what you're going to be doing, and this is the way it's going to happen. So before I let you go, pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention about what you're going to be feeling and how you can do it and how you can understand it. You have to take it to, you have to think to yourself and say, well, this is the way it goes. This is the way of how things are, right? You have to admit and say, well, I got this, I know what to do. But you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention about your life skills, priorities, the way it happens, this is the way it goes. You have to think to yourself and say, well, this is the way it happens. The majority is the way it goes, right? The majority is the way it happens, right? And you have to understand that. It's the way of how to understand that, and it's the way of trying to consider your options. Whether you take your time, you have love, you have trust your feelings, you have the stability to know from the right and wrong perspective. When things go sideways and when things go, relative, you have to understand about the way it happens. You have to understand about the way it goes. It's the way it happens because it's the way it is.